Well, welcome back to another episode of Clash of the Castle. Technical difficulties as always for that thing. Anyways, final part. Don't forget, main event, World Heavyweight Championship match. Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk right now. Solo Sikoa versus Ilja Dragunov for the United States title. Geez, I don't know what I just called Drew then for a second then. Drew McIntyre, of course. The home country man.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE United States Championship.
Well, thank you, Mike Rome, for that. Jeez. Semi-main event, here we go. I'm sure the Bloodline has some kind of pull of where they get their matches, I'm sure. Because it seems to me that Solo seems to get quite high spots on the card. Or at least gets wherever he wants. So he's not quite getting main event because realistically, as much as I've been looking forward to this match, oh, hold on a second. Well, okay. Looks like Solo, he's not quite fully finished with his plan to make sure that Ilja stays down. I mean, he sent Jacob and Tonga after him earlier on tonight, and now he's bringing out the entire Bloodline for this match here tonight. Well, there's no Nia Jax in sight, and I wouldn't expect Rock to fly all the way to Glasgow for this. But you get the point. They're here to help Solo, I'm sure, win the match because he lost back at back at King and Queen of the Ring pay-per-view when he took on Ilja by himself. And Ilja kind of pointed out he was happy that that's how it went, that Solo came out by himself, nobody attacked him beforehand, he was kind of happy with that. Solo, he's done all those things here tonight. He's sending them to attack Ilja before the match earlier on this evening, and now is also bringing them out to ringside, so it can be a 4-on-1 type situation, or arguably maybe like a. Well, I generally consider people like a half in their manager, so what, like a 2.5, 3-1 ish. Sure, of course, you could see the WWE Tag Team titles around the waist of the Tongans. They were successful early on tonight, just like Jacob Fatu was. Solo Sikoa follow in their stead. Will he end up like Nia Jax and not winning a title here tonight? It's, I guess, I have to see his Bloodline acknowledging The Rock. He's, like I said, I'm sure they're here at some point to get a match this high on the card. But the main event's something else. It's Drew McIntyre in Scotland. If he loses, he doesn't get to challenge for that world title again so long as CM Punk holds it. And, you know, that rivalry felt very much this year and the end of last. So, you know, feels like the higher stakes are for that match than this. But I feel like you could argue the stakes are pretty high. Is if the Bloodline get their hands on another title, it may not be so good, but they got to take it from this man, the Tsar of WWE, Ilja Dragunov. The man has gone undefeated undefeated last season and this season so far. I believe he's only had 3 draws, and they were all this year. One in a 5-minute challenge against Omos, which the 5-minute clock ran out. The second one was when he took on Kevin Owens at Backlash, and just before Kevin Owens looked like he was going to actually put away Ilja Dragunov, finally someone was going to be able to beat him in over a year, Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa broke it all up and caused a double DQ. And then, after that, there was a tag match, Ilja Owens versus Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa, who ended up in a double counter when Owens and Fatu were brawling out in the outside, where I'll point out Ilja didn't even get involved in the match. He wasn't tagged in at any point. He was no legal participant at any points. He was never involved technically in that matchup. But the fact that Solo Sikoa is technically involved in 2 of those draws, could he be the man to do it and be able to finally beat Ilja Dragunov, do something that Roman Reigns, the former tribal chief, was not able to do? That's the whole reason Solo's going after this United States title. The last thing that Roman Reigns tried to do before going against The Rock at WrestleMania and tried to keep his tribal chief status was to try and dethrone that championship. So that's what Solo Sikoa is looking to do here tonight, to be better than Roman Reigns. But it's not going to be easy, like I said. If Roman Reigns is not able to put somebody down, you know how tough that makes them. So it's not going to be an easy night for Solo Sikoa, even if he does have the boys behind him. That is for sure.
Introducing the challenger from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 250 pounds, Solo Sikoa. And his opponent from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 187 pounds, the WWE United States Champion,
Well, Ilja Dragunov handing over, or he's about to. There we go, handing over that United States title. Will it be for the last time? I don't know. I'm sure Solo thinks it will be. Like I said, he's had all the odds stacked against him, against Ilja here. Solo's taken on Ilja before recently, so he knows Ilja decently well. He's also involved in a tag match and a brawl with him. And like I said, the brawl earlier on tonight, a completely different brawl. And now having the Bloodline at ringside. Jeez, Ilja's starting off on the fray though. This is what he needs to do. Solo can't have this. Even if he has got all the backup in the world, he's still going to need to make sure that he's getting on these strikes before Ilja is. I'd say Ilja, definitely the tougher one. Well, at least the more resilient one, I'd say. And I'd definitely say he maybe likes pain more than anybody in WWE. Maybe in life in general. He has a way to fight through the pain like nobody else. I mean, I always mention it when the other guy's wrestling, but I think the only person that kind of is on that level is the man that's on the very left of your screen. Not the referee. Jacob Fatu. Jeez. But, jeez, Ilja just lighting up. Solo's going right now. Jeez. I mean, even if Solo does beat Ilja, I'd still love to see a clash between Ilja and Fatu at some point down the line. But, jeez, right now it's Solo looking to go after Ilja. He's going into that corner, like I said. Solo definitely has a strength advantage. Oof. And he's also willing to do cheap shots like that, unlike Ilja. Jeez, but I don't know what's going on with Solo there. Jeez, I think his head was ringing from something earlier. A little bit of a delayed effect. From probably those forearms, one of them must have clocked him and he took a poor second and it gave Ilja a chance to fight back. That's something that Solo Sikoa cannot do. Cannot afford to do. He cannot afford to waste time feeling the pain that Ilja's dishing out on him. And Solo, oh jeez. Jawbreaker by Ilja. And then, oh, jeez, fainted out Solo Sikoa. Made him look like a right idiot. Gets that sent on. I was going to say Solo Sikoa kind of does that anyway sometimes. I've seen some videos. Anyways, Ilja gets that sent on again. Jeez. That makes him look like a nice guy. I saw him dancing with a broom the one time or something when he was in the kitchen. But jeez, far away from that Ilja Dragunov. So that's Solo Sikoa. Jeez, I think he was looking for the Samoan spike. But Ilja, jeez, just fighting out of it. Oof. And Solo, jeez, no Ilja. Jeez, no Solo. Jeez. All these just ducking of these chops, but that one was not ducked because probably he got the backspin and everything. Jeez. And now looks like Tonga is having some words with Ilja. Is anything more than a yeah? Was it anything more? But jeez, oh, Solo's gonna have harm's way, and Ilja just hit Fatu. Jeez, someone's gonna have to hold back Fatu. I think it's very good thing that Solo Sikoa's holding Ilja right now. Yeah, you can see Fatu. He's pacing. He knows that he can't attack Ilja, otherwise it'll cost Solo. But jeez, he really wants to right now. Jeez. Yeah, he's had to walk away, pretty much. He's doing his best to control himself. He's already got his hands on Ilja once tonight already. That's going to have to do. Jeez. There's Solo using this barricade as a weapon, using it to his advantage. Using it to keep Ilja down, jeez. Or at least to do the damage to him. He's a Solo getting himself back into the ring. Jeez, whoa, where is Tonga going? What is the referee doing with this turnbuckle? What's going on here? And jeez, a headbutt by his Solo right to Ilja. Jeez, that's a Samoan headbutt. Jeez, just throwing the kendo stick right at Ilja. And now Solo goes for that cover. 1, 2, kick out there by Ilja. Jeez, Solo's not happy. Solo feels like he should have been done after that kendo stick. You're taking on Ilja before you know it should take more than that, Solo. Jeez, gets that leg drop, does Solo. Down a headbutt, jeez, busting opens Ilja with that headbutt. I just saw the blood just fly. What's like, maybe burst his nose or something, I don't know, either way, jeez. Well, actually, that might be in his eye. That'd be a hell of a lot worse if he, like, just the blood exploded from his eye. We need to get that checked out, but that's exactly the kind of damage that Solo must have to do, I guess, to defeat Ilja at this point. He's on some other level at this point. I guess, I mean, Ilja is one of the few men to actually, well, was one of the few men to actually beat Gunter until last season. So clearly, going through the wars with Gunter has clearly made Ilja tough. And then having to feel the effects of having to jump up to the main roster, the pressure is clearly able to be built onto it. Solo's with that Samoan drop. And jeez, oh, the fake out. And I was just choking Ilja, jeez. Solo's had this one in hand in a little bit since Ilja ended up taking out Fatu instead. Using the barricade, using the kendo stick, using the Samoan drop. Jeez, done a clothesline. I think it's under Samoan drops on the same level, but maybe hit by a Samoan, I could argue it probably is. Jeez. I don't know. Got a Samoan drop for a reason. They probably excel at it. So it's going now. Looking for a headbutt. That's not going to help things either. Samoan headbutt. I think he did one to him earlier as well. That's not going to help things. That's probably above the Samoan drop, to be fair. You know, it's just called a headbutt, not a Samoan headbutt, but still. Jeez. It's now Solo Sikoa. Oh, right into the turnbuckle there. Jeez. Jeez. And again, right into the turnbuckle. Now just lighting up that chest with a chop. Jeez, like I said, Solo looking to do what Roman Reigns couldn't. His way to establish that he is a great tribal chief and a better one than Roman Reigns. And he's formed a hell of a bloodline. The Rock left it to him to go, make your own, well, like, create your own faction with here. Use our family. Create the new bloodline, as it were. And instead of now, from the previous one, it was like original like Roman and Solo, Jeez, and Jimmy and Jay type situation. What we've now got, I haven't seen Tamina. I don't know where she's gone. But, geez, as far as I'm aware, it's Solo Sikoa. He's recruited Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, and, well, Nia Jax was more recruited by The Rock. But still, they're part of that bloodline. What a hell of a bloodline that is. I mean, we saw Nia Jax earlier on tonight. Arguably, she would have been champion if it wasn't for Michin. But Michin was more just annoyed about Tiffany, I think, chucking Nia into the exposed turnbuckle. She wanted to do something about it. Nia wasn't too happy with Michin trying to help her, and that cost Nia Jax the match. He's now Solo with that shot right to the throat. And now looking to go to work on Ilja. I believe that's Ilja's blood on the ring. I don't see Solo bust open, and this has been all Solo for a while here. Just absolutely beating down on Ilja. Just trying to get him, like, is there a point where, like, you know, you just... Sure, Ilja can feed off a pain like maybe nobody else, other than maybe Jacob Fatu. But is there a line where after that there's just too much? Which realistically, I think is the line that everybody has been searching for with Ilja Dragunov. And I think Kevin Owens has arguably been the closest to getting there. But maybe you could also argue just the wear and tear in some of the matches that Ilja's been a part of, like the likes of the one with Pete Dunne. And Solo Sikoa now getting the Samoan spike right to Ilja. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, kick out by Ilja. Like I said, we've got to expect this from Ilja. I mean, the man won a last man standing match against Jon Moxley. Like I said, if that doesn't mean much, doesn't say how tough this man is to you, then I don't know what is. Jeez, and like, those two made sure to try and put each other through the walls before it happened. Or the match ended as Solo hit that spinning Solo 2. Kick out by Ilja, jeez. That felt like a just barely. You can see the blood dripping down the chest, or at least I saw it when the pin of Ilja Dragunov. Not too much, not as bad as the ring, but I'm sure he'll be worse soon. There's something maybe just red marks. I think there's a bruise on the back of Ilja as well. But jeez, and there's something a little bit of a bruise on his abdomen. You know what I mean, the abs as well. Just felt more scientifically, I said abdomen, or whatever it's pronounced as. But nonetheless, Solo Sikoa staying on Ilja. This is the right thing he needs to do. He needs to just stay on Ilja, just keep up the damage with his avalanche Samoan drop right to Ilja. Jeez, going for the cover. 1, 2. Ooh, Ilja kicks out, and Solo is starting to feel in disbelief right now. Like I said, geez, that's a nasty position. Ilja's not looking good right now. Solo, if you want to win, you got to take advantage now. You can't give Ilja a chance to recover like you just do messing with the referee. And Jesus, shot right to the throat again. Preparing that throat for possibly another Samoan spike. Geez, Solo now heading up to the top. What's he got in store here? Oh, looking for another headbutt. Oh, geez, no, Ilja. I think he just nudged out of the way a little bit. It was enough to throw Solo, of course. And geez, a boot. Ilja looking to recover here. Jeez. Ilja runs right to Solo. And looks to pick him up. Jeez. He's fired up now. He knows he's got to get on that pain quickly. Jeez. Oh, I think I know what he's going for. This absolute madman. Solo's already done enough damage to you. You don't need to do it to yourself as well. Ilja Dragon looking to go coast. To Ghost right to Solo. Jeez, like I said, you madman, you've already had enough damage done to you by Solo. Why are you doing it to yourself too? Holding his back, but goes into the cover. 1, 2. Oh, a rope break. Solo breaks the count. And now Fatu, he's clearly had annoyed with Ilja like, attacking him earlier, even if it was an accident. Solo don't, I mean, Fatu don't care. And now Solo, oh, so it's like, oh, even with some elevation there, jeez. Looking to get in there, covers. Surely maybe 1, 2. Oh, Ilja fires the shoulder up. Solo now. Oh, he's got his hands on the referee. Jeez, Solo's mad. Solo's pissed. And Ilja, a torpedo Moscow right as Solo's distracted. 1, 2. Oh, kick out by Solo. Jeez. Woof. I think Ilja's trying to give a blood transplant right there. Just sending his forehead right into Solo. The massive gash just all over the face of Ilja. I don't even know what he's bleeding. I think it is his eye. I think I am right. Maybe it's his cheek. I don't know. Either way. Ilja dragging now off the middle rope. Oh no, Solo gets out of harm's way. Look at that map, man. Jeez, I said we were going to get more blood tonight, and I was right. Jeez, Solo and Ilja. Jeez, these two men looking to trade some blows. Like I said, maybe Solo is the heavier hitter. When he was called the street champ for a reason, but I don't think there's anybody that feeds off the pain and can put it out better than Ilja Dragunov. Like I said, I need to mention Jacob Fatu every time I say that, and Jacob Fatu, and I mentioned it when I talk about Jacob Fatu, I mentioned about Ilja Dragunov. But jeez, I would suggest maybe Solo could try to learn that from Fatu, or at least try to like get him to teach him in some way, or like train with him or spar with him. But I don't even think Fatu does sparring. But nonetheless, jeez, I don't think that's a good idea necessarily. It might hurt too much, but nonetheless, jeez, Ilja ends out on top of that. Like I said, that fight through the pain. Nobody could quite do it quite like Ilja. Right, so that's why he's been United States champion for over a year now. Won it back at last year's Backlash. And still holding on to it now here at Clash of the Castle, Scotland. Will he retain it tonight? I don't know, but geez. I don't know what's going on here, but geez, clearly Solo, whatever Solo's plan was, it's worked out there. As now he's heading up to the top rope. Ilja is down after that headbutt. Solo, Samoan splash right at Ilja. Surely that's it now, surely. 1, 2. Oh, Ilja kicks out again. Again, he finds a way, and Solo, get your hands off the referee, man. Jeez, you're chucking him over the ropes. The referee barely hanging on. Jeez, Solo. Oh, the Solo is just in pure frustration right now. He does not know what to do to keep the Tsar down. I mean, Ilja Dragunov kicked out of a package piledriver through an announce table. I mean, sure, it took Owens to get a chance to break at the counter, but he then go back outside to roll Ilja back in. And arguably that might have saved Ilja, but still, I think that's something that Solo Sikoa is going to have to consider doing. Though this may work, I don't know. Give Ilja a concussion. I don't know, but geez. If there's anyone that can fight back from a concussion. Well, nonetheless, Ilja, geez, been covered again by Solo too. Kick out still by Ilja. Jeez. Solo Sikoa does not know what to do. Like I said, that was my best suggestion. I don't even know if necessarily want Solo to win. I mean, he doesn't seem to be the nicest of guys, and he seems to be pushing around tied up braids. But yeah, he can't hear me, but clearly he's thinking the same thing. Announce table is what needs to happen. But Ilja is back up to his feet and gets that chop. And Tonga now distracting Ilja yet again, probably making weird noises at him. And geez, Solo Sikoa with that wheel kick. I mean, I mentioned Tyler Breeze a minute ago. That wasn't quite the most beautiful of kicks, but it was still a solid one. And it's rocked Ilja. And now Solo Sikoa goes back to the outside. I just noticed the kendo sticks here. Oh, it was used earlier. The referee must got rid of that. Jeez, the blood already from Ilja dripping on the floor on the outside here. Jeez, I'm running out of breath. I'm speaking way too quickly here. But nonetheless, Solo Sikoa picking up Ilja on this announce table. But this could be bad for Solo. Oh, sorry, for Ilja, I mean. Jeez, oh, Ilja fighting off Solo. Oh, why not? Russian bottom through the announce table. As that said again, to the Rock, I don't know. Whatever it is. Sending Solo back into something. I mean, Solo does a spinning Solo too. But geez, right for the announce table. And Ilja now. And setting up Solo. Solo somehow finding a way to stir him to his feet. And now Ilja with the torpedo Moscow. Right to Solo Sikoa. 1, 2, 3. Solo Sikoa falters again. Jeez, Ilja Dragunov somehow finds a way to still be your United States champion. Who will be able to topple Ilja? I do not know. I really don't. He seems to just be able to fight back from everything. I don't know, maybe we'll need Kevin Owens again, I don't know. I mean, don't forget, he won that gauntlet, like, turmoil match or whatever it was considered as back at SummerSlam last year. I wonder what might be in store from this year at SummerSlam, I don't know. If he can, I mean, if there's anybody you can bet on being champion at SummerSlam, I think it is Ilja Dragunov. But Money in the Bank is still coming at Ilja Dragunov. He's the most likely to defend on a SmackDown, so... Or even the weekly show, but just like in general. But I think Ilja is probably more likely to defend the United States title on Raw than I think half the people on Raw are, like, but still nonetheless. Ilja Dragunov, like I said, Solo Sikoa, he put up a fight, that's for sure. He did kick out of a top in Moscow. I believe he had to have the referees help of dealing with an exposed turnbuckle last time. So Solo, I feel like he's improved. But also, it's just seemed that even when the odds stacked against Ilja Dragunov, he still just finds a way to still survive. He still finds a way to fight through. It's just otherworldly. It's like he's from a different planet. Is he secretly like a Clark Kent type situation? I don't know.
Here is your winner, and still WWE United States Champion, Ilja Dragunov.
Honestly, I need a breather. I don't know about Ilja and Solo, but geez, I'm not going to get one. Because we've got our main event right now, the World Heavyweight Championship match. Drew McIntyre loses, you can't challenge for that championship so long as CM Punk is champion.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Well, funky microphone for the last technical introduction to the match. I mean, we'll hear him in a minute announce the people when they're in the ring. But, you know what I mean. Jeez, at least for this pay-per-view, it's the last time. Jeez. Oh, what a show we've had for you in Glasgow. What a crazy last few matches. And I feel like this one will be no different. You can see the home country man, Drew McIntyre, with the sword in hand. He's repping the football shirt. McIntyre looking to make his way down to the ring. I think he's in Scottish colours as well. I can see his wrist tapes in blue and white. I can only assume his trunks are. Oh yeah, looks like I can at least see blue. And blue and white on the knee pads. And of course on the football shirt as well. Drew McIntyre fully repping Scotland tonight. Drew McIntyre said, "If I can't beat you in my home country, I don't deserve to be champion." And CM Punk said, "It's like, I agree. And we fought many times. Feels like we fought many times for this, and I need new competition. If you lose this match, you cannot challenge for this title so long as I am champion." McIntyre, of course, said yes. I believe it was actually the other way around now, thinking about it. Is Punk said that, and Drew was like, "Yeah, I don't deserve to be champion if I lose here tonight anyways." I believe that's actually how it went. Now, thinking about it, it's exactly how that went. My apologies. It's been a long night. I wrestled Logan Paul about 2 hours ago or whatever. My head's still not 100% as we go into this main event. And geez, which, you know, I definitely wasn't busted open, or at least I don't. Geez, it's crazy to think that people fight through some of the pain. Like, I saw Solo and Ilja earlier. It's crazy to see that. I'm just thinking about it. Thinking about the Seth Rollins Finn Balor match at Clash of the Castle, King Queen of the Ring a few weeks ago. How the hell do people fight for that long in that kind of high intensity match? And I feel like I'm going to be saying, or at least thinking the same. I'm going to try and say it probably, because I imagine I will have to. I imagine I probably won't have to. You'd probably be thinking the same thing. How these two will still be fighting at a certain point in the matchup, and how one man can just stand after a match that's just fueled with this much hatred. At least very much one way from Drew McIntyre to CM Punk. I don't feel CM Punk anywhere near matches the level of Drew McIntyre, because yet again he's walking out with a Pepsi attire just like he did at Fastlane. I think they're just playing the mind games with Drew McIntyre, saying he's not caring. He's just wearing the Pepsi attire. He doesn't care about Drew McIntyre. Just probably playing that extra little taunt on Drew McIntyre, I guess. And CM Punk, he's had a solid world title reign so far. Won it at WrestleMania against Drew McIntyre. Beat McIntyre at Backlash. Like I said, they fought for it twice, and they fought each other one-on-one prior to that back at Fastlane, like I mentioned. And Drew McIntyre went for that world title, more specifically just to be able to to beat CM Punk and stop CM Punk from winning the World Championship. He was obviously unsuccessful. Punk's also taken on Bron Breakker twice since. And yeah, it proves that CM Punk has been a solid world champion ever since he won it at WrestleMania. And he's looking to carry on that same force here tonight. It's not going to be easy taking on Drew McIntyre in his home country. I'm sure all his friends and family from his entire life is right here tonight, looking to watch to see if he can beat CM Punk here tonight.
Introducing the challenger. From Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. And his opponent, from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk.
Well, is CM Punk looking to hand over that world title? I don't think he wants to, but yeah, maybe for the last time. I don't know. I mean, I generally do my best to be impartial, except for when it's Logan Paul. I couldn't give a shit, honestly. I will cheer against Logan Paul at any point. Even if he has to learn a little bit of my respect tonight. It's hard not to want to see the kind of moments of Drew McIntyre winning that world title here in Glasgow. Even if I like CM Punk too, I can't deny that it would be a hell of a moment. A part of me kind of wants to see it purely for that reason. But these two men having this stare down. Jeez. Generally, it would have been a lot faster paced, I would have assumed, but Drew McIntyre seems to be just trying to be as focused as possible right now. And so these two men looking to do some chain wrestling. Was not expecting how this match was to go, but seeing the way McIntyre's been acting, at least last week especially, I feel like, well, earlier on this week, I guess it only just makes sense, I feel like, as Drew McIntyre with the obvious power advantage. But geez, Punk, maybe arguably the better technical experience. Technical advantage definitely has the experience advantage, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I always say his experience, but you also got to talk about age here. McIntyre's younger, so that also plays a factor too. It's one of those, I don't even know, I'm sure there's a metaphor I'm struggling to think of, but nonetheless, CM Punk is controlling this matchup right now. Not quite an anaconda vice, but, you know, it kind of works a similar part of your body. Maybe planning that for later is CM Punk, or just, I don't know, taunting McIntyre that he's already got him down on the floor. I don't know. Jeez, what a shot right to the face. Jeez, it's not chain wrestling style. That's not amateur wrestling style. That is just, I guess it's pro wrestling, I guess. But jeez, McIntyre's powered himself back up a little bit. Jeez, who's going to get on top of this? I don't know. But jeez, oh, an elbow right to the head. Did CM Punk, but jeez, McIntyre said a Punk. And jeez, tossing him over. Jeez, McIntyre trash talking Punk, I think. Or at least metaphorically. Or at least just standing over him in a like an empowering way, I guess. And talking of power bomb, gut wrench style. By McIntyre going for the cover one. Kick out there by Punk. Jeez. And McIntyre now. Jeez, oh, shot right to the face. Jeez, combo. Oh, and now looking to show off more power with another power bomb. Sit out style this time. Oh, one. Kick out there by Punk again. Jeez. I mentioned McIntyre's behaviour last Raw. I mean, you got to question his behaviour the last Raw before. He kind of was very similar situation to Solo, where he stopped Kevin Owens from beating Ilja because he wanted to be the one to do it. Unsuccessful, of course. But I think McIntyre stopped Bron Breakker from beating CM Punk. The Raw prior, like I said, it kind of seemed like it was going to happen because he wanted to be the one to do it. It's not just about winning the world title to him, it's about beating CM Punk. And he wants to be able to do both here in Scotland. If you can't do both here, geez, go for that flying senton. If you can't do it with both wanting to get both the World Championship in his home country and to beat CM Punk and do that in his home country as well, with the home country backing behind him, Jesus, CM Punk stops him in his tracks. And he doesn't deserve to be champion, or maybe he even feels like maybe he can't beat CM Punk at that point. So I feel like this is the true test for Drew McIntyre. Jeez, but I feel like there's anybody that might be able to mess with his emotions and maybe cloud his judgment and stuff, it is CM Punk. Jeez, at least in the minute, I feel like. But like I said, it stopped Bron Breakker from beating CM Punk. which we saw Braun Breaker gets hit by Baron Corbin. But, yeah. Which was a shock, but a lot of people suspected it would happen eventually. It's McIntyre with that old arrow side and kind of like a white noise as well. Type situation. Shout out to his compatriot Sheamus, his friend. We saw be unsuccessful in the WWE Universe Championship match against Finn Balor early on tonight. Jeez, I mentioned both Solo and Sheamus. I mean, I mentioned how Solo did it with Ilja. Is Drew McIntyre going to have the same fate as Solo? Stopped the title match so he could take on the person he wanted and challenge for the title because he thought he would win and lose. But that happened the same for McIntyre. And will he just lose in general like Sheamus? I'm not saying Sheamus loses all the way. I mean, just in the championship match, there's no extra ties. But anyway, CM Punk looking to go after the arm of Drew McIntyre. He's getting this arm bar right on Drew McIntyre. I mean, I've got to question it. I've got to try and draw the parallel. Just out of the possibility. It's not my job. I mean, it is my job to do it, sorry. It's not necessarily something I want to do, but it's something I feel like I have to do. I feel like I have to bring up these ties and connections because I feel like it's always interesting to talk about and also just to think about. Jeez, I'm sure maybe it might be on the mind of one of these two people. I'm sure it's not. It might be on the mind of somebody here. And I just want to bring it to your attention. Jeez, McIntyre going for the shots. Right to the face. He also got a headbutt earlier. I mean, I mentioned Simone headbutt's been deadly. Drew McIntyre's is still pretty deadly. And jeez, another gut wrench powerbomb right to CM Punk. Jeez. Is now looking to lock in this Boston crab. This half crab. Jeez. Right on CM Punk. Oh, CM Punk is gashed open. Jeez, he is bleeding and he is bleeding bad right in the forehead. Probably from that headbutt, I think. Oh, is CM Punk planning to end it early? Planning to send Drew McIntyre to sleep? Will he do it? Oh, I think he's trying to grab him to do something, but Drew McIntyre found off. Oh, Punk dodges. Oh, jeez, kicks the leg. He's Punk with a combo. Hasn't quite took Drew McIntyre down, and McIntyre fires back. And now these two looking to just trade some blows, get some of that aggression out on each other. Like I said, it definitely feels more one-sided, but I'm sure there's enough anointed Punk that he feels he's got to deal with Drew McIntyre, and he just wants to move on. I mean, he's got to put Drew McIntyre down for good and down for good here in Glasgow, Scotland. Jeez, the clothesline. McIntyre ends that fray. Like I said, McIntyre definitely with the power advantage in this matchup. Anyways, jeez. McIntyre sending Punk into the corner. Jeez, what a heavy shot. And jeez, now these... Jeez, just unloading on CM Punk there. You know, McIntyre, full for face wash. I don't think he really wants to wash the blood off the face of CM Punk. I'm probably sure he wants to blind CM Punk. But then again, maybe he wants CM Punk to see Drew McIntyre coming for him so he can see him beating him and see him standing over him instead of being blind from the blood too much, I guess. But geez, Punk, the boost to the face. Oh, Punk maybe clearly is a little bit blinded from the blood still. Hasn't quite got it out of his eyes. That's not good for Punk. But geez, he had to catch the leg and dragon screw at least. Maybe he's had to shake it out of his head. It looked like he was shaking his head a little bit. Maybe just dancing around that calf kick. Clearly did shake it loose a little bit. And geez, now the running drop kick right to Drew McIntyre. That looked like he had a bit of a hesitation to mess with Drew. And yeah, again, I think messing with Drew, Drew can see him. He's saying he's going to go to sleep again, but Punk, McIntyre gets out of harm's way. That was very late from Punk there. That was not smart. I mean, we saw the veteran experience that Punk had a Braun Breaker back at Clash of the Castle, and even on the Raw after. But Drew McIntyre, he's much more of a seasoned veteran than Braun Breaker. Jeez, Punk can't little bro him. As it were. And jeez, a knee shot right to the face. Drew McIntyre, like I said, I'm pretty sure CM Punk has more. I think he was been doing it. Debuted earlier, obviously. Punk older, but he had that hiatus for a good many years, sub-decade. McIntyre was wrestling during that time, so you can argue maybe he actually has the more veteran experience. Jeez, which I think maybe gives Punk the disadvantage, because if you can argue that, but Punk's the older one. Jeez, oof. There's Punk breaking out that submission at least. Jeez, that was a heavy shot right to the face to break it up. There's going to have to be... Oh, jeez. CM Punk now looking to the... Go to sleep. He summoned it a few times earlier, finally hitting it. McIntyre's busted. 1, 2... Kick out from McIntyre. Jeez, CM Punk now. Jeez, looking to go to work on Drew McIntyre. Jeez, keeping it up. Gets that backbreaker right on Drew. And get that elbow right to the back of the head, I think that was. Jeez. And now Punk running off the ropes. Right to the face now, gets that elbow. Jeez, it's not quite the bare elbow though. It's the taped up elbow, maybe slightly bare for McIntyre. Jeez. And now, jeez, oh, gets that Shining Wizard. And their clothesline combo by Punk. And now Punk, I think I know how he's looking to combo this. I think he's looking to go to the top a little Macho Man style, looking for the elbow drop right to the heart of Drew McIntyre. Looking to go for the cover. 1, 2. Ooh, McIntyre. Oh, that looked bad for his arm there. It's already elbow padded up. But jeez, I just realised they got the same elbow padded up. I never noticed that. Jeez, oh, look for the Mongolian strikes with McIntyre. Jeez, fighting through that. And a headbutt before Punk even gets to that. That was a nasty collision there. Jeez, and McIntyre not stopping after that one. I don't think that's quite smart, especially the fact that his head is busted open. But jeez, now McIntyre. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Calling for it. Claymore right to CM Punk trying to kick his head off. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Kick out from Punk. Jeez. Oof. I remember this being a good match at Backlash and WrestleMania. I'm sure these two men probably going to deliver here tonight as well, and they already are, I feel like. As McIntyre sending Punk into the corner. Jeez, the boot right to the face. And the stomp right to the head. McIntyre surveying the scene a little bit, but he needs to stay on Punk. Because that's why Punk can recover. Jeez, catch the kick. No, McIntyre catches the kick and reacts quickly. Or, you know what I mean? Jeez. Oof. Oh, yeah, that was strong enough. McIntyre there for the strength of manage. Jeez. Oof. And these heavy shots, but doesn't quite knock down Punk yet. Jeez. And a poof. And a poof. And a poof. And a doof. Right to the back. And Punk trying to roll out. Oh no, he's picking himself up in the corner. They McIntyre right a little bit. And now Punk. Jeez, counters that one. He's a slap right to the face. Mongolian shot. Oh, kick. And again, oh no, McIntyre blocks that one that time. And a Glasgow kiss right here in Glasgow. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Kick out from Punk. I don't know why the question in my head to think that people in Glasgow actually do that to kiss their loved ones. I really hope they don't. It might explain why McIntyre is a hard-headed superstar though. But nonetheless, though, he's from Air Scotland, but still, nonetheless, maybe he visited and that's why he did it. I don't know. Jeez, over the head, belly to belly suplex. And a headbutt. I mean, I mentioned Punk's veteran experience. I never quite get the full words out there. I question the ability on that. Generally, the give and take on that is sure you're the more of a veteran, but you're older, and so you're feeling it. But Punk doesn't have that advantage. And geez, this isn't going to help him either. Geez, but the ropes there. Like I said, if there's any way you can feel the emotions of McIntyre, it's CM Punk and McIntyre not thinking about the ropes, losing out on that veteran experience. Just like I said, at least debatability on that, but the age not benefiting CM Punk. The mind games will. He's not going to negate the experience if you feel the emotions enough, and I think Punk can do that at least. Maybe at least be able to negate that at least. There's now CM Punk, looking for this butterfly. Backbreaker right to McIntyre. That's always a move I've loved. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Kick out there from McIntyre. Jeez. Go from McIntyre. Getting combo womboed again. Loving that backbreaker is CM Punk. Jeez. Just covering these kicks. McIntyre just being pummeled right now by the kicks of Punk. Sorry, Punk is staying on Drew. Jesus, CM Punk now. Oof. Oh, looking for this butterfly backbreaker again and gets it again. CM Punk has just been unleashing on McIntyre right now and looking to go for another cover on McIntyre. Goes 1, 2. Kick out from McIntyre. CM Punk. What's he got to stop for Drew this time? Oh, I didn't quite get enough of that. Punk's realised it. Oh, catches the kick of McIntyre though. Spins him round. Oh, look, but McIntyre kicks that, catches that one now. And now McIntyre powerbomb right to Punk. Oh, jeez, I think Punk laying on his head bad there. Not good for Punk. Punk doesn't want to be concussed. Jeez, we call him Kunk. What does even Kunk even mean? There's a few words that that's kind of similar to. Punkers is one of them. Anyways, back to more serious note. Drew McIntyre laying in the shots on CM Punk. On a busted open CM Punk. These two have been busted open. It feels like forever now. I'm surprised the blood hasn't been dripping the ring yet. Oh, jeez. Drew McIntyre. He's definitely more of a white noise. But it's an avalanche style. Shout out Shamo yet again. He lost that early on tonight. Can Drew McIntyre at least get the win here instead? I'm sure they'll be quite happy to go out for a drink there and celebrate that at least. Jeez, looking for a Claymore right to Punk. Is that going to be it for McIntyre here in Glasgow, Scotland? 1, 2. Oh, Punk kicks out. Jeez. Punk kicks out. Oh, McIntyre, be careful. You don't end up like Solo, man. Jeez, can't be attacking the referee now. Now McIntyre with a power bomb. Jeez, oh, McIntyre, not done. Look at the deadlift, lift up, power bomb. Jeez, oh, McIntyre going again, looking to create a symphony of power bombs right up Punk. McIntyre going in for the cover again after 3 power bombs. 1, 2. Oh, the foot was on the rope. I don't think the referee noticed it. But it was enough for CM Punk to at least realise he's going to have to kick out here. Or maybe he's going to have to push himself off the rope. That's a smart idea, actually. Use the rope. Even if the ref can't see it, you can push yourself off it. McIntyre doing this away from the ropes now. And this is on the... I don't even know which over this is on. It's on the taped up one. I don't believe it is. But, geez, McIntyre looking to make CM Punk tap out. I'm sure that would be even better for McIntyre to get Punk to tap out in here. I mean, even more. But McIntyre gets neck breakered by Punk. He's getting that elbow. Jeez, poof. CM Punk now. Getting these slaps right to McIntyre. Gets a spinning toe kick in again. Jeez, finally gets McIntyre down after those kicks. He goes for the cover. These men get desperate, they're hoping to just win off anything right now. 2. Kick out from McIntyre again. Is McIntyre going to fight for everything? He's going to fight to his last breath here. He's got his family and friends here, I'm sure. They're pushing him on, and jeez, finally Punk gets that combo there. Jeez, Punk going for the cover after it. 1, 2, kick out from McIntyre. And Punk now just standing, waiting for Drew. What's he looking for here? Oh, Punk looking to send Drew McIntyre to sleep. Hits it with the knee, going for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, McIntyre stays alive in this matchup here tonight. Jeez. Oh, McIntyre, that didn't look good. Oh, jeez, McIntyre. Jeez, that's not looking good at all. McIntyre, oh, he's having some flinches here. I don't know what was going on there. Someone might need to check him. Might need a doctor, I don't know. He's clearly just fighting purely on instinct, I think, at this point. After that second go to sleep. And Punk, but no, McIntyre rolls out of harm's way. I think leaves McIntyre back on the forefront. And McIntyre now. What's he setting up for Punk for? He's not doing the 3-2-1, I don't know. Jeez, oh, collision there. Jeez, oh no, the kick catches. Or has been caught at least. Jeez, now Punk. Oh, Punk. Looking for the Black Widow. Shout out to his wife. He's trying everything right now. He's looking for that Black Widow. And jeez, just knocking it in on McIntyre. But then McIntyre, sidewalk slap, breaks out of it. And now McIntyre wanting Punk to get it back up again. There's going to be a very short-range clothesline. I mean, I was going to say Claymore, but that was a bro kick. Shout out Sheamus again. 1, 2. What? How? How has Punk kicked out again? How? I don't even know this, but McIntyre just going for a submission at anything at this point. Jeez, McIntyre just wrenched on the shoulder of CM Punk. How are these two men staying in this? I don't know, but Punk gets that shot block to the knee. I mentioned the match between Finn Balor and Seth Rollins earlier. How they stood through that match. And that was no disqualification casket match. This is just a one-on-one match, and I feel like I should be saying how these two men are still going to McIntyre, going for the roller. 1, 2, the kick out from Punk. Jeez, don't forget that's how Punk beat Drew McIntyre. The first one was a small package. Speaking of a small package, McIntyre goes to that specific roll up. 1, 2. Oh, McIntyre not getting it. Punk's not finding a way to break out of it. Jeez. So I always get these names always mixed up no matter who they look like. But jeez, I think this was a road break last time if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, this is a road break this time. My apologies. I think it was a breakout last time. I don't even know. But at this point, McIntyre, he's getting so frustrated, and I can't blame him. He's questioning, how do I put this man down? He's feel like he doesn't know to be champion if he can't put down CM Punk, and he's struggling to figure out how to do it. Jeez, he's probably fearing that doubt. Maybe he's thinking in that head right now. Does he deserve to be champion? Does he deserve to be a WWE superstar at this point? I don't know. He's probably, all of that's probably going through his head. All those dark thoughts. Questioning if he deserves to be champion even before the match is over, just because he can't figure out how to put CM Punk down. Honestly, it's looking too difficult at this point, and CM Punk, oh, he's just trying to escape McIntyre. McIntyre's not having any of it. Jeez, of course that announcer was exposed earlier on. Oh, CM Punk dodges McIntyre there. Jeez, and CM Punk now, oh, just taunting away here. McIntyre, jeez, Punk, you got to be taking this more seriously, mate. You've seen how this match has gone. You can't be doing that. Jeez, and now just kicking McIntyre against the apron. McIntyre's had enough of that. And now McIntyre, power bomb on this side on the outside. Jeez. And McIntyre breaking the count. He does not want this to end up on a count out, because, of course, if it ends up count out, no matter who's on the outside, Punk wins, and jeez, a Claymore to the outside. McIntyre, oh, McIntyre's seen the announce table. McIntyre, I think that's how McIntyre feels. He's got to put CM Punk down. He needs that announce table. I mentioned about Ilja and Owens. I mentioned about Ilja and Solo. I'm going to say it. I feel like McIntyre's thinking that same thought process now. I need the announce table. McIntyre looking for, oh, right through the announce table. Old air raid siren, kind of a variation of the white noise. And McIntyre realizes he's got to break up the count. He's keeping an eye on Punk though. Jeez, but McIntyre knows he's got to get Punk back in the ring if he wants to win. Jeez, McIntyre picking up Punk now. Jeez, I think some involuntary movement from Punk there. As McIntyre now, he's slowing down. He had to go for that announce table too. And Drew and CM Punk just bleeding right now on the mat. But geez, CM Punk, maybe we can give it too long. Maybe it was the involuntary movement. And now Punk in the Anaconda Vice. Right on McIntyre. Jeez, McIntyre. Will McIntyre tap out to the Anaconda Vice? This will be the worst case scenario for Drew McIntyre. If only he wasn't on the outside and have to deal with that blooming count out situation, then maybe he might have had the chance to beat Punk if it was Falls Count. Anyway, I think we would have new champion right now. But jeez, McIntyre. And now McIntyre, oh, looking for the future shock right to CM Punk. Jeez, McIntyre, oh, he knows Punk's is close to the ropes. Jeez, oh, the blood on the mat, that is Punk's, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, not McIntyre's. Well, McIntyre is going to make sure CM Punk stays down. But Punk's still finding a way. Oh, jeez, just crunched down right on CM Punk. But Punk, he's finding a way to fight through. I don't know how. I honestly don't know how. I mean, he got put for the announce table. I know there was a braver between it, but still. So I think this is really just, like, I don't know, just more body over mind at this point. Like, I don't know, the other way around, I don't know. I'm struggling to figure out the word at this point. This match, just commentating it has taken everything out of me. I can't imagine what these two have gone through. Just impulse, maybe. I don't think that's quite the word, but it's about as close as I'm going to get. Point is, they're not doing it intentionally. It's just happening at this point. Just instinct, that's the word I'm looking for. Or at least for Punk's sake. And geez, oh, Punk's gone to the outside now. I don't think McIntyre wanted that. By the way his body language going, I don't think McIntyre wanted that at all. Jeez, he wants Punk to stay in the ring. He can't deal with this. Jeez, just the aggression, just sending him into the announce table. Jeez, that one on the water bottle, that's tainted. McIntyre, just, he's got to be quicker than this. We've seen how it goes out for him last time. If he takes too long, he's got to be quicker than this. I know he's feeling all that pain right now. Jeez, and Punk gets him going. Shot and a shining wizard. Shot at AJ Lee, though I don't think he quite got all of it. And McIntyre now picking himself up in this corner. Like I said, CM Punk's just found a way to fight through. Maybe he's just out of resentment or just trying to annoy McIntyre. But hold on, he's wearing the Pepsi outfit. Avalanche, Pepsi, plunge. This is what did it for to beat McIntyre at Backlash. Surely that's got to be it for McIntyre. It's only once before. 2. What? How? How? McIntyre clearly feeding off being in Glasgow here. Clearly he's proven why he deserves to be champion. But CM Punk, he's not stopping here. He's looking to put the job done quickly. Jeez, go to sleep. Surely now. Surely. Surely. 1, 2, 3. Jeez. Oh. CM Punk. Whew. Your winner here tonight. How did McIntyre kick out that Pepsi plunge? How? Clearly just being here in Glasgow, just clearly was able to push in that extra mile. I mean, I think it just that somehow in some way it also did the same for CM Punk. I don't know, but clearly, I don't know. Punk's admitted before that title's corrupted him before now, but it's able to fuel people in some ways that we just don't understand how, and clearly I think it's doing that for Punk, especially how long away he was from the company. He hasn't had that extra decade nearly of just battered and bruised. I mentioned that all the veteran and stuff, but he also hasn't had all that time of just being battered, and he's had enough chance to get used to the pain, I guess, but nonetheless. But we know what that means. It means McIntyre can no longer challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship so long as CM Punk is champion, which, you know, isn't great for anybody. We want to see that division as stacked as possible, but, you know, McIntyre can't be champion so long as CM Punk holds it. The question is, how long will CM Punk hold it? It's still mental to me that McIntyre kicked out of that. How they will go, we're still going, I do not know. I went down a lot sooner than both these men would, stayed fighting through. You got to give it to both men here tonight. They both deserve to be world champion after that performance, but unfortunately for them, there can only be one world champion. And tonight, that man's name is CM Punk. Thanks for watching Clash of the Castle, and I'll see you for Monday Night Raw.